Hey guys, Lieutenant Curious here today. I am here with Season 3, Episode 14 of the Serenno Mini-MOC series. Now, first off, in the last episode, we were actually looking at the other side. Right now, as you can already tell, since we are looking at Spade, this episode is based on the good group, the good side, and the last part was based on the Gidon terrorists, obviously bad. And basically what happened in the last episode was because Sergeant Rash was captured, he was tortured by Dridge and a couple of other of the terrorists, and what the terrorists wanted to do is communicate with the MOCTOwn rebels, which are located in the MOCTOwn rebel headquarters, including these clones, and basically they found a 41st Elite communications tower in the last episode, and they easily overtook it. They took out two 41st Elite clone troopers, and they basically used the tower to communicate with the clones and the MOCTOwn rebels. So now let's get into the overhead shot of this mini-MOC. Alright guys, so as you can see, this mini-MOC or episode is once again on a 32 by 32 studded base plate, and you can see that there are two different base colors for the most part. We have reddish brown and dark tan, and you can also see that there is a quite large abundance of medium dark flesh, which is now one of my favorite colors in LEGO. And you can see with this rock structure already that I have these two, basically what I call outputs of the rock structure that have come out due to the swampy water that has dug into the rock structure, making an indent here and keeping this come out more. And you can see there's a lot of dense vegetation in through here using bamboo, and also this tree that I have already used one time a few episodes ago. And you can see up here they are currently located inside the walls of the MOCTOwn Rebel headquarters. You saw the wall in Season 3, Episode 12 a couple episodes ago. And right over here, these two things are actually parts of ruins that they have just left there and have been growing, there's been a lot of overgrowth growing on them. And basically what is happening in this episode is, yes, that's right, like it says in the title, execution. So yeah, let's get into that. Alright, so let's start with the terrain. I will make this relatively brief because I think this video will be quite long. So down here we have a nice swamp that is what brushes up against the rock structure, making it cave in a little bit back here. You can see that I use 1x1 trans green tiles, and then I also have these dark green appendages for some seaweed and other plants that brush up against the shores, you could call it. And then right over here we have a nice large patch of medium dark flesh with some olive green integrated into it. I really like how those two colors look together. And as we get more over here, we have a base color of reddish brown. Sorry, I like dark brown a lot. And you can see it elevates a little bit here and has a decent, actually quite a large amount of bamboo leaves on top of that. And you can also see that I did this in the last episode with the bright green plant stems, which I wanted a different color of plant stem besides the olive green, even though I absolutely love the olive green. And over here, I will go into what is happening with these two characters in a little bit. So down here we have a continued base color of reddish brown and some medium dark flesh right there. You can see there is some olive green and some olive green plant stems, and then this tree that branches up right there. And you can see right here is a new plant that I just added one of. It is simply a 1x1 brick with studs on all four sides that I attached these toothed 1x1 dark green plates, and then I added a bright green stud in the center of it just because I wanted to add a different type of plant, and it looks pretty nice. So let me know what you think of that and different things that I've been doing with the terrain lately. Be sure to comment down below what you think. So, and then as we get up here, you can see that this elevated rock structure using dark tan on both sides. I really like how those look. And then as we get up here, you have some nice dark tan detailing on top of the reddish brown. And then as we get back here, the lovely dark brown, my favorite color in LEGO. And then as we get over here where we started is none other than Spade, who is sitting back and kind of ignoring what is going on, which I will get into in a little bit. It is kind of gory, you can see it right there. And as you get over here, we have a lot more dark tan detailing. And then some more reddish brown over here with some green stem grass. And for the most part, a decent amount of vegetation. Definitely down here, where it is very dense because of the swamp soaking into the soil. And so now let's get into these pillars up here, these ruin type of pillars, and then let's get into the storyline. Alright, so I was not a huge fan of how these pillars turned out, but I thought they definitely worked well enough, so I wanted to keep them in here. And I wanted to add something else besides just this elevated hill, which I do like how this turned out, how this is nice and elevated as you can see. Not much, but I just like how that looks. And you can see right here is the first pillar, has some overgrowth on it. I used a lot of masonry bricks in light bluish gray, not reddish brown, dark tan, and medium dark flesh. That one is taller than this one, as you can see. I used some slopes and other bricks and other parts to add to it, like grill pieces. But that's about it for those. Now let's get into the storyline. Alright, so as you guys heard in the title, this episode is called The Execution, and basically what has happened is these two terrorists, the leader of the Gidon terrorists, Braz, and Prakor Bliunden, another terrorist, decided to both jump over the wall and continue to hunt down the Mokton rebels and the clones. Unfortunately for them, they ran into a lot more Mokton rebels ready to fight, so they took the Gidon terrorists captive and they decided to execute them both. So what is happening here is Jeffin Graybodge, a character that has been in it for quite a while, has decided that he wanted to execute one of them because he is very angry with the Gidon terrorists at the moment, as you can probably tell. And he has executed Prakor Bliunden. As you can see, he has been spilling quite a bit of blood, and yes, that's right, he is dead. So, as we get over here, we have my personal favorite, Tunfern Ligram, who is stopping Braz, who is currently held up to this pillar using a chain. And basically what Braz is about to do, he hasn't actually done it yet, but he is about to plead for the Gidon terrorists and say, because he just saw Prakor's horrible execution, he is basically going to say that he will call off the terrorists from attacking the town if they will let him live. So definitely a big move for Braz, and that basically is what is going to describe the rest of the season, is what he is just saying. So yeah. So now I have basically gone through all of this. I wanted to show you guys what one of the new characters looks like that has been introduced in the last couple episodes that I wasn't able to introduce in Season 3, Episode 12 because it was a slideshow. So let's get into that. So down here, Trantos, Commander Trantos, and one of the new characters who is the leader of the Mokton rebels, they are talking with each other and discussing how they are going to defend against the Gidon terrorists attacking, and obviously they wouldn't have to bother with that if they agree to leave Braz alive and basically trust him that they won't attack, because he would have to call off the attack if they would let him live. So basically, that's about it for this mini-mock. Now I will show you what this character is. Alright, so now I will show you guys a nice close-up of Captain Belipson, a new character of the Serenno Mini-MOC series, and leader of the Mocton Rebels. Alright guys, so as you see in front of you is Captain Belipson, a new character of the Serenno Mini-MOC series. He is the leader of the Mocton Rebels, and he is an Iktachi, which is a Star Wars species that is the same species as Sussy Tin, one of the Jedi. And you can see right here he has his nice carbine. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but he is using that. He does not have a backpack, but he has some nice rebel clothing on. And since they are the Mocton Rebels, even though this is in the Clone Wars era, I thought that would work. You can see some simple details on him, but that's basically about it. There's not too much with him currently. So yeah, now let's get to letting you guys go. Alright guys, that's about it for Season 3, Episode 14 of the Serenno Mini-MOC series. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to check out the other episodes and other mini-MOCs, MOCs, other videos of mine if you liked what you saw. And basically, if you would like to check out my Instagram for behind-the-scenes pictures, and I also use Story quite a bit on Instagram. And also, if you would like to leave a like on the video to help me out, and subscribe for some more awesome LEGO Star Wars content if you haven't yet, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.